Today, I'm thinking back to how I felt on this day exactly 2 years ago when my daughter Krista was on hospice care. So, the advice that I would give myself if I could go back to that time would be to just not worry so much about when it's going to happen, when she's going to pass away. I wouldn't even leave the house during those times because I was like, what if it's when I'm gone? What if something happens? And I didn't realize at that point before she passed away that it was going to be a process and it wouldn't be just an instant thing, even though it could have been. But her condition during this time when she was placed on hospice care was she was on oxygen. My daughter suffered shaken baby syndrome. She wasn't able to do anything anyway, so it wasn't a huge difference. She just laid in the bed and, she was tube fed and things like that. So I couldn't tell a difference anyway. But in her demeanor, she was very lethargic and she usually would cry a lot and stuff like that. But during this time of hospice care, she was very lethargic. And so in my mind, I was so worried that she would just stop breathing and then just pass away instantly. And so when I think back to what my thoughts were during that time, I remember she was on hospice for about 2 weeks total. And I remember going to eat lunch with one of my friends to just talk to her about everything. And I was I couldn't stop worrying about what was going on at home. And I think that's a natural response. But I wish that I had just lived in the moment some more and allowed people to just talk to me and just spend time with people that I loved, and to just not have my thoughts consumed with worry, but instead with trusting in God, because He did show up for me, and He did, it was a perfect timing where I was by her side the entire time as she was transitioning. And so I wish I would have just trusted God some more, that He was going to work all that out for me. And so anyways, I just think back now to that time.